Welcome into the DNVR Rockies Podcast. I'm your host, Suzie Hunter, joined by Spencer Smith, also hosting. Spence, how the heck are you doing?
I'm fantastic. I'm like the Rockies this weekend. Fantastic.
Yes, unlike the Rockies last night, not so fantastic. 12-1 loss to the Brewers. Double-digit losses hurt, to say the least.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in for this expert analysis.
Well, although I will say you're going to lose, the saying in baseball, you're going to lose 60, you're going to win 60. It's what you do with the other 40. But if you're going to lose a game, it feels better to lose that because you don't really have to, pay, you're not, it's not the gut punch loss.
Yeah.
Like the 4-3, somebody comes in and gives up 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th, a loss. It's more like, all right, well, we can flush this one and move on.
Yeah, they were kind of out of it since the 4th inning. That's when things really got out of hand. So what are you going to do?
Well, they strike out a lot. And
that's the problem.
Peralta was just dealing.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, Peralta, let's look at his numbers because he struck out 13, allowed just 1 hit. That 1 hit, of course, was a home run from Ezequiel Tovar. You can't stop that young man. Also a new dad.
No, he's a legend.
Just like you.
Him. New dad crew. I'm not hitting any home runs in the major leagues, but, there's levels to that.
There's levels. Bud Black last night called this game baptism under fire for these young players. And, of course, naturally, Thomas Harding of MLB.com used that as his headline. That is that's a sentiment right there.
It is, but that's exactly what this team needs.
Yeah.
100% what this team needs. And it's better that that's happening than you have CJ Cron and Randall Grichuk and Mike Moustakas all playing and losing games.
Yeah.
You've got Nolan Jones and Michael
Anthony Toglia
playing right field. You've got, Tovar playing shortstop. Brendan Rodgers is back. This team is the team that needs to learn how to win, not the team with a bunch of vets. So,
you know what? What a great silver lining you found.
I always do with the Rockies.
You always do with the Rockies.
They are my silver lining team.
You've been searching for the silver lining for a long time. Peter Lambert, not his best stuff. Went into that game with a 5.07 ERA.
But he was
gained a couple of points.
Yeah, that went up for sure. I think in his 4 starts though, he had a 1.18 ERA. Until the last couple weeks, he's been pretty solid.
He has been pretty solid. So we'll see if he can work. This is kind of like what we saw from Austin Gomber. There are ups, there are downs. Ultimately, we know the stuff is good.
But
I think,
yeah, Peter Lambert, I think he's a good 4 or a 5, a solid 4 or a 5. Moving forward in this rotation, I think he's a piece.
He's a piece.
He's a piece of Rocky.
One of my favorite pieces of Rocky. I hate this transition. Yeah, Ezequiel Tovar got the lone run of the game. The Rockies had a little lead there in that first inning. It was all downhill from there because that 4th inning, Peter Lambert gave up a bunch of runs. He gave up a homer to Bryce Terang. That was a 2-run homer. Brian Anderson tripled, and then Tyrone Taylor singled to score him. And then after Lambeau gave up a single to Christian Yelich, that's when he came out of the game.
And what
Jake
do you
Bird
know?
came in
Jake
at that
Bird
point.
allowed runs.
You know what? But he inherited some stuff. Death taxes, Jake Bird coming in and inheriting a bunch of runners.
Death taxes and Jake Bird allowing people to circle the bases when he pitches. I am very silver lining all the time. That guy is on my list right now. I can't fucking stand him.
Oh my! How could you say that?
Every time he comes in,
came back in for the 5th, pitched a 1-2-3 inning.
That was maybe the first time this year.
It's not the first time this year.
He is so bad.
Oh my God! But this is Sag slander. He's a Sagittarius too, just like us.
I'm sorry, Jake. You're struggling. I can't. Every time he
comes in. Do you
think
he's struggling, or do you think he's a little overworked because he has pitched he's up there in the rankings of most innings pitched out of a bullpen?
No, I don't disagree. He gets put in some bad spots, and
that's a bad spot.
The horrible thing about that 4th inning is Lambeau had Terang 1-2 with 2 outs. One more pitch, and he just hangs a curveball that gets over the fence. But there's so many things that can go wrong in just such an instant. And when you're losing games as much as the Rockies are, unfortunately, they usually go wrong rather than going right. But, I don't know if they say baseball is a game of inches. I know that there's all the sayings for certain sports, but it really is. He strikes out or Turang, or gets him out right there, and he was rolling. I mean, he was rolling. The Rockies were up 1-0.
It's a sliding door moment.
Exactly. It was a sliding door moment into beat down.
Yeah. What are you chuckling about over there?
Just that the way Spencer's like, I don't know the Saints, but it's a game of inches.
I just don't know if it applies to this sport. You know, they say football is a game of inches, but I don't know if they say baseball. There's got to be a baseball.
I know where you were going with. This is me just being an asshole, and I thought it was funny.
Yeah, I was bringing a really chaotic energy to the producing station today.
Oh, I'm the way I'm punching these
keys.
These keys is really sarcastically.
It's a sarcastic button puncher.
Also, I will say, shout out to Yaya for the drop a like little graphic that he made with Dinger on it. If you're watching us on YouTube, it's amazing. Drop a like, leave a comment, like and subscribe. Thanks so much. Bird and Bardo both had 1, 2, 3 innings for the 5th and 6th, respectively. Happy to see Daniel Bard go out there and have a nice, clean inning, because he's been struggling a bit lately too.
Yeah, I renamed him Daniel BB Bard.
Oh, because of the walks.
Yeah,
because of the walks.
Two B's in that last name.
Oh man,
those two, Bird and Bard. I don't know what it is about those two right now, but there's no silver linings for me.
Oh my gosh,
they can pitch a 1, 2, 3 inning when your team's down 7-1, but the second it's like intense, don't trust them.
Oh my!
Can't be trusted.
Wow, Spencer, that's really harsh.
That's probably the harshest I've ever been towards any Rocky.
I've never seen you be this harsh before.
But the rest of the team, fine.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I can talk up, oh no.
Who can you talk up?
I can talk up, oh my God. I get this guy confused with Nolan Jones all the time.
Are you thinking Michael Tolia?
No.
Are you thinking Brenton Doyle?
That guy.
Oh, I was thinking Nolan or not.
I can talk up Brenton Doyle hitting like 204 all day long.
I mean, Brenton Doyle's that dude.
He is. Defensively, this team is special and going to be very special for a while.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah, it's something to look up, you know, another addition to the silver lining.
You are. I love these takes. See, it's been a while since you've been on the show.
It has been.
We need your valuable perspective, Spencer.
Did you know the Rockies logo has a silver lining in the clouds? Like, that is literally like my go-to.
How have I not realized that? Look it up real quick. How have I not realized that? Can we pull up? Yeah, we need to pull up the graphic. While we're doing that, what are your thoughts on Connor Siebold? Was a starter earlier this season, moved to the bullpen. He, that 7th inning that he pitched, it got a little messy.
The one thing I don't like about, you know, and for Lambert, it's working the other way, but I'm not a big fan of. I guess you have to try, you know, to get guys in pitch and see what you have with them. So, but I think there's definitely guys that are better at starting and guys that are better at the bullpen. And now we've seen that Peter Lambert's much better as a starter. But I think getting thrown around back and forth from being a starter to being in the bullpen to being a starter to being in the bullpen is just it's a lot for these guys, so I don't expect a ton from them right now.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, yeah, we have to do something with Connor Siebold. It is such a shame that he's been struggling.
See, it's a whole thing.
Okay, there's
it's
the silver.
Entire mountain.
You know, I thought of it as a gray outline. I love that you see it as a silver lining. If you're watching us on YouTube, we've got the Rockies logo full screen.
I live around the whole thing. That's where I live with the Rockies constantly.
Oh my gosh. All right, let's talk about the 8th inning a little bit. Tyrone Taylor homered to make it 9-1, and then Sal Frelick homer to make it 12-1. That was that final score, 12-1, not 21-1 like I wrote in the rundown.
Yeah, I saw the rundown and I was like, man, I didn't watch the last couple innings, but it got bad. It was still bad, but it got worse.
It was 12-1. No, it was not another Angels situation.
No. But we still won that series.
Still won. You know what? I like to think we all lost that series.
The world won that series.
The world won that series, but both the Angels and Rockies lost that series, 100%. Even though the Rockies actually won that series.
100%. Was that the second or highest ever series win with like a run differential?
That was for the Rockies. That was the worst loss in history.
It has to be.
Oh yeah, by far. By far. Hey, Spence, let's talk about Bet365. You got any good bets for us lately?
I bet a lot on golf, and
of course.
Last night I did hit a bet on the Rockies game. Unfortunately, it was Peralta's strikeouts over, because I knew it was coming. And the thing about betting, like, I don't bet on or against my teams, so but I will bet props in the game. And like the Rockies,
interesting rule that you've had. When did you make that rule?
So there's two reasons. It's a win-win or it's a loss-loss.
Okay.
And if my team loses and I bet on them, and so then they lose and I lost money, that's like a dig myself a hole type of scenario. Like, I'm done. If they win and I win money on them, then it's like ecstasy, but I don't tempt fate with doing that ever. So if I bet against my team, that's like the best scenario, but it just feels dirty.
It feels dirty
because then I win money, but my team loses, and it that makes it feel like not as bad afterwards. Because I'm like, oh, the Rockies lost, but I won money. But the best is when you can bet on them when they're usually a big underdog every game. Mm-hmm. So like if you would have bet them every game against the Cardinals, you would have won a good amount of money this weekend. But no, I don't bet on the money line or the run line any of my teams in any sport. I'd rather just bet player props. And last night, Freddie Peralta over his strikeouts was easy. He struck out 8 of the first 9 batters, or 7 of the first 9 batters, and I basically had the bet won in the third inning.
Crazy.
But the Rockies were ahead 1-0, so it was like a perfect scenario at that point.
Oh, all right. Well, congratulations.
They didn't get a single other guy on base, and
not a single other guy.
But my bet hit.
Tough times.
Bet365 is my. Switching over to this app, like, it's incredible.
Yeah.
I love it.
Let's talk about Bet365. Bet365 has the widest range of games and markets available for in-game betting. And with more than 80 million users worldwide, 780,000 live stream events each year, and they're a partner of the Colorado Rockies. Ooh, you got to download that app right now. Use code DNVR365. But you can get a better price on chosen markets for select games with Bet365 Boosts or Bet365 Super Boosts. And they have a great, great situation for baseball betting, the MLB early payout. Excuse me. But with Bet365 baseball early payout offer, you are a winner if your team goes 5 runs ahead with an instant payout. Parlay and same game parlay selections will be selected as winners. So download the app right now. Use code DNVR365 when you sign up. Must be 21 or older and physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. And we got to talk about Volo too. Have you been doing any of our leagues this summer?
I played kickball, beer in hand kickball. It was fun.
Yeah. Is that league over?
It is, but they just released the fall leagues, so all the fall leagues are coming out and are available starting right now, moving into the fall.
Oh, right, because are signups ending soon? Do we have time?
The August leagues signups are over.
Okay. The deadline was the 3rd.
But the fall leagues are now open. So get to those fall leagues. There's so many options. Like, going on the app and like seeing all the things you can play in is absurd.
Yeah, like, they have everything.
I want to become like a big pickleball guy. I'd like to play like beer in hand kickball's fun. Volleyball's fun.
Lindsay's become a big pickleball guy.
Yeah. She is.
She's all in. She's so competitive.
Yeah. Playing beer in hand kickball with her is highly competitive, and it's
she does not half-ass anything.
No, and it's not like, it's not saying it's not fun, but like, to me, you have to be competitive. You have to pick your spots when you're competitive. I'm a competitive person. I don't like losing anything, but a game that's not real, like kickball is not a real game, and you're holding a beer. Like, I choose not to be competitive in something like that.
You're choosing to enjoy it.
Yeah, something that's actually a real, an actual sport that's played by like competitive people that you can actually win or lose, and you're not drinking the entire time.
Yeah,
I'll be competitive. But the competitive kickball, it's like, to me, it's just like, have fun, watch people get beer spilled all over them, and
exactly. Is that not the spirit of Volo, the largest social sports company in the U.S.?
It's incredible. Like, just having people, we had one of our weeks, we had like a couple people that just signed up and came out, and you meet, like, if you need to meet people, it's incredible.
I was going to say, yeah, a lot of people move to Denver. They need to make some friends.
Exactly.
Great way to do it. But yeah,
I was watching a MLS game out in Houston with Lionel Messi, name drop, whatever. And I saw Bolo shirts in the crowd.
Yeah,
Insane,
love that.
Like the same color as the Houston Dynamo, and I'm like, that's insane to me.
Love that.
Oh my gosh. Volo's
I
everywhere.
see a lot of Volo shirts at the gym. People work out in those.
Yeah.
So you know they're Voloing it
That's
up.
how you know. Yeah, we've been playing in a bowling league on Mondays. Obviously, we've been doing kickball. But the monthly membership, they've got a Volo Pass. It's a monthly membership program that gives you unlimited access to sports, events, social activities every night of the week, unlimited pickups, drop-ins, and tournaments, and it's $20 a month. That's like nothing, or $200 a year. What a deal. But yeah, Volo, they've got leagues throughout the city, including Lodo, Rhino, Uptown, City Park, the Highlands, Sloan's Lake, Cherry Creek, DU, Englewood, Arvada, Aurora, Northfield, and more. But yeah, fall leagues are open right now. Sign up before it's too late. Get your Volo Pass and start playing in leagues as a free agent today. But make sure you use code DNVR10 for $10 off at www.volosports.com/Denver. All right, let's talk about some Rockies news because yesterday was a big day for me personally.
Yes, it was.
Cole Tucker gets called up to the Rockies from AAA Albuquerque. He had been crushing it down in Albuquerque, crushing it. He actually still has an active 27-game on-base streak.
That's impressive.
Which I learned from Josh Sushan, the voice of the Isotopes. It's still active if he goes back to AAA. It'll resume.
Oh,
so
really?
it's
Okay.
still active. And no matter what he does in the majors, that's still active.
I love that for him.
Yeah.
Hopefully he doesn't have to go back down though. I want you to be happy. That's all
I want to be happy too. Of course, I'm happy because his fiance Vanessa Hudgens gets to now spend some time in beautiful Colorado.
Does she go to all the games?
She goes to games.
Love that.
She actually shows up.
Love that.
Yeah.
For her and for him.
And
for you.
And for me. And for me. She's also our fellow Sag. This is such a sad show.
Wow, this is. Unfortunately, some Sag has got, what did you say? Sag slander.
Sag slandered.
Some of them got slandered. I'm not going to slander Vanessa Hudgens, though.
Thank you.
How can you?
Listen, don't fight Jake Bird. Like, you're just as bad as Bryce Harper.
I wish I was Bryce Harper.
What is it about like you and Bryce Harper and being mad at Jake Bird for no reason?
Me, Bryce Harper, handshake meme. Extremely high-level athletes from the age of 16 on. Hence why I'm doing this.
Oh my gosh, I love it. But yeah, Cole Tucker called up to the Rockies. He'll wear number 11. The 40-man is full now. Yaya, what did you just pull up?
It's Vanessa Hudgens out in Albuquerque, New Mexico, watching Cole Tucker play.
Oh,
just to prove that she actually goes to all the games.
She goes to minor league games. Yeah, she was going to his minor league games last season. She's going this season. I saw her at spring training with his dad. She's so supportive.
I love that for her.
She's a ride or die.
Yeah.
That's what Sages do.
I mean, Cole Tucker looks good, so.
Yeah.
He's a good-looking dude, so I don't blame her.
He's such a nice guy, too.
Is he?
He's a delightful man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense then.
Yeah. But my favorite storyline from spring training, of course, it wasn't like, oh, Cole Tucker, is Vanessa Hudgens going to come visit you? No. When I talked to Cole Tucker, I was like, Cole Tucker, tell me about your new bestie, Sean Bouchard. I'm looking forward to that reunion.
So, yeah, so that's how you create a relationship because he thinks that everybody's gonna ask about his Vanessa Hudgens.
I threw him a curveball.
Yeah, see,
I threw him a curveball. But to be fair, their friendship is adorable.
I haven't seen it up close in person.
They just became like instant besties at spring training, and they've been separated all season. I hate
horrible.
that. I hate that for them.
Yeah, that's not good.
They were just like doing everything together at spring training.
And then they left each other.
And then they were separated.
It's horrible.
Parent Trap style.
Maybe one day they'll be reunited.
Maybe. You know what? I hope so soon. Yeah, because Sean Bouchard right now, he's still on the rehab assignment trail. He was in Spokane. He was doing well. But yeah, that biceps tear. Brutal.
Yeah, that can't be a fun injury.
Almost as brutal as Yaya sneezing in the studio right now.
Sorry for being a human. Apologies for needing to get out all my boogers without any notice possible. I apologize for being mad.
Okay, I did not think you would actually fly off the handle over that. I thought you would say nothing.
I fly off the handle very easily. My handle is permanently flown on.
Yeah, his handle has no screws in it.
Oh my gosh. I can't with you guys. Okay, I can't with this story. Let's get into some baseball headlines. Did you see this Orioles broadcaster who his name is Kevin Brown. He's the main Orioles broadcaster, was suspended because he mentioned that the Rays haven't been playing well against the Orioles. So just mentioned a fact, but for some reason someone took offense to that, suspended him. Doesn't make any damn sense. I've been trying to figure out how it makes sense. I think a lot of people online, too, are just like, huh?
I watched the video like 3 times trying to figure out. I was expecting a slur, a Reds broadcast scenario, and I didn't get it. And I was shocked. And I was like, why is he suspended? I guess the Orioles ownership is quite the scenario right now. It's a very... Yeah. It's annoying when teams like the Orioles... Like, I like the Orioles. The Orioles are a great story. Love them.
The Orioles are an incredible story, especially this season, because they've just been so unexpectedly amazing. But then to see this, to
act like this, like you were the worst team in the MLB 2 years ago. Don't act like this now. That drives me crazy.
I try to prep for this. I was looking for like anything outrageous he said, so I can maybe like make it into a clip and like bleep out what he said. I'm like, this is just a regular broadcast. Like, there's nothing I can do with this.
It's just a dude mentioning some stats, doing his job.
Absolutely shocking.
At that point, literally, Patrick would get fired every single day. Because that's who Patrick is. He's just saying, hey, they haven't won in 3 days. Like, literally, like, he did nothing wrong. Like, it was just a regular job.
Just a regular freaking broadcast. Yeah, I've been trying to make sense of it. It's super confusing. I've seen a lot of tweets that are hashtag free Kevin Brown. Free him.
Free the Brown.
Free him.
That's horrible.
It's so strange. It doesn't make any damn sense. But what are we gonna do? You know what else? Oh my God, have you been following the White Sox drama?
Yes, they're a disaster, first of all.
Okay, so it's crazy to me that this drama might not have come to light unless Jose Ramirez didn't punch Tim Anderson in the face.
Yes, he slept him. That was amazing. I saw a bunch of X's. Is that what we call them now? X's? That it's not tweets anymore. It's an X.
It's still tweets.
They're still tweets. Yeah. When you say X's, like, no one knows what that means.
Okay,
and also, like, the actual, like, button itself on x.com still says tweet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just X'd it out today. Like, it's not good. Like,
I saw some tweets that were, there was a UFC fight Saturday night, and everybody was like, the best fight of the day was in MLB.
I was talking about this, I think, on the show on Sunday, because my friends and I actually came here to watch baseball. We came here to watch the Rockies.
Love that.
And we knew the fight was on later. I don't necessarily like go out of my way to watch UFC or boxing, but we're like, let's just go and watch the game. It's way before the UFC fight, because I know it like gets kind of busy in here for fights. But seeing that fight, seeing Jose Ramirez and Tim Anderson get into it, made me want to watch more fights.
Yes.
It like literally was like the first, they were the opener.
They were
the opener.
They were the prelims.
Is that what they're called?
Yeah, prelims and then the main card. But then it turned into a main card fight because it was incredible.
It was.
And watching Tim Anderson get slept was great. Just also the umpire just like getting into it and then realizing he turned into a referee immediately. He turned into a fight referee, backed up. He was like, I'm not getting in the middle. I don't get paid enough for this.
Honestly, it was that was like a prelim, and then Tim Anderson became limp. Like that's literally what happened. Like he just could not get up and walk.
Oh yeah, and then did you see the tweets he deleted from 2012?
Okay, yeah. So he is like he
has to be concussed.
He's either concussed or like honestly like maybe he's just like a little crazy and we didn't know.
I would imagine a lot of.
He might be a little unhinged.
Yes.
Maybe not crazy. I take that back. That is slander right there.
Oh no, I would imagine like
he's a little unhinged right now though.
80% of professional athletes are crazy.
I mean, you have to be crazy. You have to be a little crazy to dedicate your whole life to something as silly as baseball.
Yeah.
I'm talking about myself too. Yeah. Including myself.
Yeah, I mean, to be a professional athlete, you're not just an everyday Joe.
You're not just a regular dude.
There's something going on up there with everyone. Exactly. Built different. Built different.
Built different. But yeah, with all of this, Jesse Rogers of ESPN broke this story. Keenan Middleton, former relief pitcher for the White Sox, spoke to Rogers about the no rules culture in that clubhouse. So this is all now coming to light, coming to the surface. Apparently there was a player who did not want to stick around and wanted to leave early ahead of the All-Star break. And Tim Anderson was like, I'll buy your freaking ticket. Get out. Like,
really?
Just like chaos. Absolute chaos right now. I mean, it kind of, I see it, you know? I mean, obviously, like, they had a lot of really great pieces to work with, and it hasn't really come to fruition now that their window is like, pretty much closed. But yeah, now the GM has chimed in on Keenan Middleton's comments, saying that they were ironic because Middleton apologized for him having unprofessional behavior. I don't see how that's ironic.
Well, if Keenan Middleton's the one calling it out, but he's part of the problem.
But he, I guess, like, the way I'm seeing it is like, yeah, like, I guess if it's a culture of unprofessional behavior, but he actually apologized for having unprofessional behavior, I don't really see that as, like, as much of part of the problem.
Yeah, and maybe that's just because the GM knew that he was part of the unprofessional behavior because he apologized for it. So, you know, it's one of those things like innocent until proven guilty. So all of them technically could be a part of it or could not. But since he apologized and admitted he was a part of it, they knew he was a part of it.
That's a good point. Never apologize. Stay toxic. That is the lesson that Spencer is trying to.
I'm trying to broadcast.
Trying to broadcast here. Yeah, sounds like, you know what, there's just a lot of drama, maybe some haters, but you know what, I used to block out all of my haters, my Shady Rays.
Oh, good
They
one.
block
That was
out
a great
all the shade. I love my Shady Rays. I still have them. I haven't lost them yet, but listen, it's gear built to last. Shady Rays. Our friends have you covered for all of your warm weather activities. Oh, wait, I didn't bring my purse in here, so I don't even have my Shady Rays with me.
I actually made a promise to myself that I've broken today. I do every podcast now with sunglasses on. I just feel better about myself when I do it that way.
I thought you've just been hungover.
No, that too. The first couple after the Nuggets parade, I was undoubtedly that. But now it's like I kind of like, just like the mullet, I'm just like leaning into the podcast with the sunglasses on.
You know what? I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
It makes me feel like I talk better. It's very placebo effect.
It's a cool factor to it.
But
yeah, you do look cool as hell.
It makes me feel like I'm not, like, I could be looking at you, I could be looking at Yaya, I could be looking at the camera, no one knows.
Well, see, that's why I don't like it, because I'm like, where's this dude looking?
He's just like,
where are his eyes? Is he good?
I think once you could just see the back of his head and you see the mullet, I think you can know for sure that he's not looking at you.
Yeah.
That, I think, will give away at that time.
Okay, let's reel it in. Talk about our favorite independent sunglasses company, offering a world-class product perfect for outdoor adventures or trying to look cool on a podcast. But that is not all. Shady Rays offers the most insane protection plan in all of eyewear. Every single pair of sunglasses is backed by their lost and broken replacements. So if you break your pair or lose your pair, even day one, they will send you a brand new pair, no questions asked. Perfect for me because I'm out there losing sunglasses every damn day. But you can shop their entire collection online at shadyrays.com or head to the Park Meadows Mall. They've got a store. So if you don't like buying sunglasses online, you really want to try them on, feel them, see how they look, you can do the Park Meadows Mall. And if you don't love your Shady Rays, you can exchange them for a new pair or just return them for free within 30 days. No questions asked. There is no risk when you shop. Their team always has your back. Especially with code DNVR, you can get 50% off 2 or more pairs of polarized sunglasses. So try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by more than 250,000 people. Backus and Shanker. I have no transition. We love Backus and Shanker because they have been helping those who are seriously injured in Colorado for more than 25 years. It is totally free until they win money in your case. No fee to talk to someone about your case. No fee while they work on it. No fee unless they win money for you. Spencer, they've done it a lot, more than $1 billion for their clients here in Colorado.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
And when you are looking for this sort of product, you don't have to pay them until you win. What's the loss there? Like, what's the harm?
No risk at all.
We got to meet them. They're cool as hell. Like,
they're cool as hell.
Absolutely, Backus and Schenker.
I will never forget when Kyle Backus went on the Nuggets podcast. It was a cultural moment.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
It was like a full circle moment for DNVR.
It was literally like the biggest thing that's ever happened here, and a lot of big things have happened.
That is accurate.
It was huge. But yeah, they've got neighborhood offices all over Colorado, including Denver, Aurora, Englewood, and Fort Collins, and maybe sometimes our studios. But they've got the strength and power to win your case. More than 30 lawyers, more than 100 staff. Backus and Schenker helps with all kinds of injury cases where you weren't at fault. Car accidents, motorcycle, rideshare, pedestrians, trucks, you name it. Even if you're injured at work, give them a call. It's the easiest phone number in all of Colorado, 222-2222, to find out if you have a case for free, because Backus and Schenker wins. How's that sound?
Sounds great. Sounds like the Rockies in St. Louis. They
were great. Hey, yo. Pew, 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 pew.
I can't stand the Cardinals. I'm so glad that they're a shit show.
Rock horns.
I love that they're a shit
What
show.
are those horns? That was like a marching band.
It's dramatic horns.
Oh, There we go. Better late than never, I guess.
Horns.
We also have this. Because the Cardinals are clowns.
They are.
You know, they do be clowning.
That's a whole clown show of an organization.
They do be clowning. Let's have...
You don't get to order us.
He thinks he can. Every Virgo looks at Sagittarius's as a project.
Really?
Yeah, as a Virgo. Yeah, he just sees us as like a project. We're
Okay.
fixer-uppers to him. Am I wrong?
Order in my courtroom. Get back on track, please.
There is no track. We already talked about the 12-1 loss. There is no freaking track.
Yeah, the Rockies are off the tracks. We're allowed to be off the tracks.
Thank you. Yeah, it's just we're reading the room. We're reading the room. Spencer, we're going to play a little... Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Did you want to say something?
I just have so much fun with these little noises. Like, I have laugh tracks and stuff that sometimes I just want to press on buttons.
Go ahead. Give us a laugh track.
I did. Didn't you just hear it? Here
No. I thought that was our studio audience.
No, our studio audience, unfortunately, might be gone for the day.
They died.
They're gone.
Wow.
That's dark.
Something...
Kind of like the Rocky season. Hey!
Oh, don't kick a man when he's down. Don't kick our boys when they're down. We're going to play a little game. It's called Fielder's Choice.
Ooh, okay.
It's basically Would You Rather.
I love
And I like these. I like these. Spencer, would you rather eat a hot dog every day? You have to eat a hot dog every single day, or you never even eat a hot dog again.
Oh, eat a hot dog every single day.
Okay.
Easily. Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Like, I'm a big hot dog guy.
You big glizzy guy?
Big glizzy guy.
Big glizzy guy over
Yeah,
here.
like-
He got that dog in him.
Yeah, I do. Every day. And I would be down with that every day. No, like when I'm playing golf, like a hot dog halfway through is solid. It's not good for
Okay.
you. I get it. But they're like, you know, I'd rather not have them in my life ever again. Let's
that is beautiful.
It's the best hand food you can have.
the best hand
Hand food.
Yeah, like that you don't need any like.
Oh,
any
yeah,
gas.
it's
You can
incredible,
it's
like-
the best one in my opinion.
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No. But if you ask Ryan Spielborgs, yes. But I think he only says that because he is committed to chaos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you, like, in the world we live in and the jobs we work, like, once you get kind of into a take and you dig your feet in, you can't really back out of it.
You
at that
actually
point.
have to commit
You have
to the bit.
You have to, like, fake it. You know,
Yeah.
fake it till you make it, even with yourself. Like, even in your own mind, you may think it is or isn't, but
Mm-hmm.
you have to ride it.
It's sort of like me with RSBI. Got to commit to that bit.
That is...
But also,
and
like, it's true.
Phonetically correct,
It's
yeah.
true. It's 100% true.
Yeah, RBIs is run batted ins.
Doesn't make any
No.
damn sense. Spencer, would you rather have a team that wins 100 games, but your all-star doesn't even make it into the game, or your team loses 100 games, but your all-star wins MVP? Half
Are you
of this
asking
is-
for a friend?
I'm just asking what you would rather have.
I would much rather have my team win 100 games. It'd make for a lot more fun of a summer. You know, caring about baseball throughout all September. There's nothing like it. at some point the Rockies will be back there, and I watch every single game, and I will be. I'm still on the bandwagon, and I still will be. Maybe 2035, it may be 2055, whenever it is, they will make it to the World Series again. And I will
think you're right.
I will be there for it.
I think
every step of the way.
I think the Rockies are going to be so good, like in 2025, 2026.
I think if this core, like I will hold on to the fact that this core is really good.
We got a good core.
Young.
They've been baptized by fire very recently.
And that's the way to do it. And the Rockies have not baptized their players by fire for years.
You know what? This is fair. This is a really fair assumption.
Player
assessment. Yes, that's what I meant.
Veteran player after veteran player taking up playing time. Like, give me, Montero at first, Rogers at second, Tovar at short, McMahon at third, and then the outfield of Jones, Tolia, and Doyle every day. Keep the vet, keep Elias Diaz, because that's the thing that people don't. A lot of people are just like sell everyone, right?
Yeah.
And
I said sell everyone.
No, and I don't blame you for that take. I'm of the belief though that in order to grow, you have to have adults in the room.
They need some adult supervision. They need some role models.
100%. And like Chris Bryant,
that's an invaluable resource right there.
Right. Chris Bryant could ideally be that person. He's never on the field, but like Elias Diaz to me is that guy that's like, all right, he's really good. He goes about his business in a professional way. Let's follow this guy. If you're all young players that don't know what you're doing, you create a White Sox level clubhouse.
Oof.
And you don't want that.
Chaos.
Exactly.
Just absolutely feral.
And then if you don't win, it's 10 times worse. Because I guarantee you almost every clubhouse has issues. But when you win, they cover them up. And when you win, they don't get out. If the White Sox were leading the AL Central right now, no one would know about any of this. They wouldn't have traded Giolito. They wouldn't have got rid of all these players.
Yeah.
But now that they suck, essentially, all this gets out. But the Rockies are on the good side of suck right now, where it's like, hey, they have a lot of young players that are learning to play at the MLB level. They're they're hurt. Like that's another thing that
everyone's hurt.
Yeah, their ace. Half of their rotation is not started half the year. Like you can't expect good things from that. I don't care who you are.
That reminds me a lot of Todd and the Toddlers. Like that's why it worked. Like the reason that you were able to get all these guys in is because you had a leader like Todd Helton that was kind of christening them to like the new order, like showing them how the ropes. And that's when like 2007 happened. You were able to go on that incredible run because you had a guy like Todd Helton. They're teaching the kids and bringing up the Matt Holidays, helping the Tulowitzkis become the players that they became at the end of the day.
100%.
Yeah, that is a great point.
Give yourself like a ding for that, like a ding.
Live studio audience, come on, let's give him a round of applause.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's beautiful. Beautiful take.
That was a beautiful take. I mean, we should cut that for YouTube.
Just us staring and him talking.
Great content.
Great content. Tremendous
Amazing.
content. Tremendous content.
Producer with the content of the day.
But real quick, who would be your Todd Helton right now? Do you think Elias Diaz would be? Do you think he's at that level to be that, or does Chris Bryant really have to step up? Because does it become a talent thing or a leadership thing?
Oh,
I think it becomes a leadership thing, but leadership, like if Chris Bryant was Chris Bryant, but actually playing, it's a different story. But when he has no validity to any of his, I mean, you can say he's been in NL MVP, whatever. He's won a World Series, yes. But when he's not on the field, it doesn't. To me, you can only be so much of a leader from, I mean, I guess you can lead in the dugout, on the bench, whatever you want to call it. But like, you're not real. Like, it's like the do as I say, not as I do type of scenario, and then that loses a little bit of its validity in my mind.
Well,
Diaz is out there making all-star teams, winning the all-star game for the NL. Like, that's.
I'm still not over that, by the way. My goodness.
Not over that?
I'm not over it. I'm over you sneezing. How dare you?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Both of you.
It's a problem.
If I sneeze on this show, like, it's all over for me. Like, I'm
is
done.
contagious. You're next.
You're not going to hear the end of it.
I will never hear the end of it. No, I'm just going to roast you guys for something you have no control over. I mean, also, this is, let's think about who we have in this clubhouse, too, who we have on this team. It is possible that we can have a couple different leaders because obviously, we have lots of players who just speak Spanish. So, Diaz can be a leader for,
there we go. Okay.
I don't know.
No, that's a fair.
Why are you making that face at me? It's just, what?
Nothing. I can't laugh because of your hand movements and saying I don't know. That's what I thought.
Oh, okay. I thought you felt like I was being rude.
No, that was a super fair assessment.
Yeah.
I like this.
Okay. Well,
I didn't like the I don't know.
I'm out here not trying to get canceled. Okay. I respect everyone. I'm a very respectful young lady.
ELE. Exactly.
All right, Spencer, would you rather be in jail for a decade or be in a coma for a decade?
Oh, wow. Probably jail. I've heard jail sucks, but...
Yeah, I was like, woo.
But a coma is like, to me...
Something horrible happened.
Yeah, and you just...
But if you went to jail for a decade, you did something horrible.
Right, but you still get to live. Like a coma to me is like you literally don't do anything, obviously. You're out. Like jail, like I've kind of, like, this sounds really bad, but I've kind of wanted to go to jail because I would be so ripped if I was in like jail for a year.
You had nothing else
I'd be
to do.
working out all the time. I'd be reading books. If I was, if it was like a white collar crime, essentially, not, like if I was allowed to do those things, I would come out of jail looking like The Rock.
I've been to county jail for a week. Worst experience of my life. Hated it to death. I'd rather be in a coma because my imagination, I feel, is so good. I can imagine anything while I'm asleep, and I can just live out my best life.
Comas don't necessarily work like that.
They don't, but...
Yeah, I think you have a skewed view of a coma.
I think you guys have a skewed view of jail.
I probably do.
So you're saying when you were at county jail, you did not get ripped?
No, again, that was the worst week of my life. I can say that, honestly, like, worst time ever. Like, don't ever want to even, like, look at that place again. Don't ever want to be there. I think in a coma, at least you're like asleep and don't have to feel anything and time just passes by.
And clearly you can't get into any more trouble.
I can very easily.
I would rather you be in a coma so I don't have to hear you for a decade.
I mean, you don't have to hear from me in jail either. Like, I don't think they'll give me podcast equipment in there. I promise
that's
you
so
that.
mean.
Yeah.
We're going to give you the setup you're producing via StreamYard from prison.
No more prison for me. I am done with prison. I don't want anything to do with the law. Like, give me and like, I only vote because I have to, or else I wouldn't vote. Keep me away from the government. Anything involved from any of that, I don't want to be near it.
You know what? I love that this show has just gone in such a weird direction.
We're completely off the rails and going through the forest at this point.
Absolutely off the rails. Spencer, would you rather... Which team would you rather watch? Would you rather watch a team that wins 90 games but doesn't even make the postseason, or one that wins 61 games but somehow wins their division?
I love those stories.
Yes.
Give me the 61 games. Get the teams that win inevitably. I believe is it the AL Central this year that's like that? Like
the AL Central is kind of like
a
that.
500 team may win the division. I love that. That goes back to, like, for me, the first memory of that was the Seahawks. I want to say the Seahawks in the NFL, like 2011 or maybe even earlier than that. They won their division at 7-9 and hosted a playoff game and won it. Like, that was so cool to me. And then the Broncos, same thing.
Yeah.
Broncos won their division with Tebow at, like, I want to say 8-8 or something like that. And then they won a playoff game. So anything to get in, that's you get your chip in a chair, and then you have a chance. So no, I love the divisions that are struggling because everybody else is pissed because they're a wild card team and they're like 10 games over 500, and it's just how it works out, and it cycles through. It's not every year that's the same way, but I wish the NL West was that way once in a while.
Yeah.
It's never going to be,
just the AL East and AL Central, really, that's where this is all going down. Like that could very much happen.
Yeah, winning the division at 81 and 81.
Yes.
It'd be incredible.
It could very much happen. Yeah, good point. Great points.
Thank you.
Great points.
Thank you.
Listen, this has been so fun. We got to first, you know what, before we go, we got to talk about how amazing it is being a diehard here at DNVR, because you are getting just all the coverage, all the teams. But if you are... If you're a diehard, I feel like we just haven't talked about this in a while. You're getting a free t-shirt when you sign up, and you're getting a free t-shirt every year to refresh your wardrobe. Who else does this?
Nobody.
No one else does this. No one else does this.
And we're coming up on serious event season.
I was going to say, I just saw an email about a really cool setup that you guys have for Broncos out-of-town fans.
Yep, we've got out-of-town trips to Denver. We got out-of-town trips from Denver. We've got tailgates. We've got, takeovers and watch parties all winter long, all the sports. So being a diehard makes you you save 20%. You go to like 3 takeovers and that pays for your whole membership with the discount.
Easy.
100%.
So good. And you're also getting 15% off your tab here at the DNVR bar, which is so valuable to me as a person who loves beer and food.
Yes, I've been out for a month, but now that I'm back working, the bar is a place that I generally frequent after work.
After work. Have you brought your baby to the bar yet? Have you brought Mr. Baby to the bar?
I brought Mr. Baby to the bar. He came for the UFC fights. He loved it.
Yo.
He went upstairs. Oh, this is actually like the perfect bar because we can go upstairs and it's quiet if there's an issue.
Yeah.
There was no issue, but he went upstairs anyways because it was just loud.
Yeah.
And now I've turned into it's too loud in here guy. I used to be the opposite of that. During the NBA Finals even, I was the one with the
Did you buy the decibel meter?
I bought the decibel meter, and I had the iPad that was controlling the music and kept turning it up. And now, when I brought Mr. Baby to the bar, it was loud, and these people were screaming next to us, and I almost told them to tone it down.
Do you have those big headphones?
We do.
Okay.
Yes, we forgot those.
My sister got those for her baby.
We forgot those the first time. They are now in the diaper bag, so they will never leave the house without them.
They're in the diaper bag.
That kid is going to go to so many games.
Y'all are a sports family.
Absolutely.
And we're a sports family.
Yes.
Here at DNVR.
100%.
We brought it back. We brought it back.
We reeled it in. Full circle.
We reeled it in. I'm glad we talked about, what are some of the events coming up?
So we will have probably a Rockies takeover in September. So a month out, last chance to go to Coors Field with all of us. Party bus. We have a blast at all of these. I usually drink a little too much.
It's weird if you don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's inconvenient for me if I don't, because usually I'll have that Saturday off, but then I still have to work on Sunday, and then
and then you wake up and you have to
I'm just
do your podcast with Shady Rays on.
Yeah,
you don't feel great. It happens.
It happens to the best of us.
And then also Broncos tailgates. We'll have a home tailgate for every single Broncos game coming up here in less than a month.
I love those tailgates.
And then Nuggets games, Avs games. We have 4 or 5 on the schedule for each of those for the year with the party bus. So it's gonna be great.
I'm so excited. I can't wait. I cannot wait. So yeah, can I help you?
We're also doing Friday night lives from the bar, so please don't forget that. Every Friday night, we're going to be doing an event, a show down here where you can get to meet your favorite podcast host, hang out with them, maybe buy them a beer. So come on down on a Friday night, and you might be able to catch here.
Everyone's always welcome to buy me a beer. On Friday, do we have one this Friday?
We do. It's Broncos this Friday.
Oh, well, because my show will be right before that.
Yes, and there's a preseason Broncos game on this Friday, so come down to the bar.
Yes, there is.
And there's Todd Davis coming here on Friday, too.
That's
and Alexis Perry and all that, so... It's always fun. A lot of us are going to be down here if you want to meet anybody.
Okay, and this is going to be a good Friday. Friday's going to be really good. But you know what? We've got a Rockies game coming up in a couple of hours. They play at 6 o'clock Mountain Time out with the Brew Crew, out in Milwaukee. But follow all of our coverage at DNVR_Rockies for all the latest game updates, Rockies news, etc. Spencer, where can we follow you?
At Big Drive Spence on all social media platforms.
And I'm also at the Suzie Hunter on all social media platforms. Yaya, do you want to tell people where they can find you?
No.
Good.
Jail.
Jail.
Find me in a coma.
Either jail or a coma. Spencer, you know what we like to say about wrapping up a show?
You do not know how to do it.
I don't know how. We'll just say see you later. I will talk to you guys post-game on Wednesday here on the DNVR Sports YouTube channel. See ya.